in the difficulty, or the lack of the difficulty, I should say. Other than that, let's talk about the characters. They had the whole name your own character, pick your own party thing. I don't like that system, to be honest, mainly because there's no way to go with character development, because you don't have a set-in-stone character that you can work with. The player creates their own character. So you can't, like, you know, give the character a backstory or anything and grow upon that throughout the game. Your characters in Final Fantasy don't say a damn thing throughout the whole game. And I just find that kind of boring, to be honest, because that's one reason I like playing Final Fantasy games, like, you know, for the characters. And they just seemed lifeless to me. Like they were just mannequins that I used as my tools to save the world from darkness and decay, or whatever corny thing you want to insert here. So yeah, I thought they could do some work with that. I think they do that in 3 too, where you make, like, you name your own characters, so not looking forward to that one either, I guess. I mean, that's not a huge deal, that's just like a personal preference for me, really. The overall story was pretty one-dimensional and not really there. Like, you were just kind of doing your thing, and you kind of knew, like, you know, it was an undertone, like, oh yeah, I know why I'm doing this, I'm getting the crystals, because, actually, I didn't even really know. It's like, why am I doing this? Why am I getting these crystals? I mean, it kind of explains it at the beginning, and maybe I just wasn't paying attention. Yeah, like, the world was decaying for some reason. And it doesn't explain, like, why you're the Warriors of Light, where you got the crystals, why you're doing what you're doing. I mean, I don't see any motive. Glory, fame, gold, some type of tangible reward. Why are you doing this? I mean, it's like they just pulled out the Destiny card and played it. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, overall, it was an enjoyable game. I mean, it's Final Fantasy. I'm a fan of the series. Even though I haven't played every game. I haven't played 2. I've played 1 now. I haven't played 2. I haven't played 3. I haven't played 5. I think that's something. And 13, but I pretty much gave up hope with the series after 12. Yeah. I hated 12. Anyway. Is there anything else? I'm trying to think. No, that's pretty much it. So yeah, difficulty, and no really direction with the game. It's very open-ended, which just seemed weird for a Final Fantasy game. Yeah. Pretty much only talked about the negative there, but what did I like about the game? The combat was pretty boring too, just because of how, I mean, I pretty much just attacked everything with my I mean, for about half the game, the only thing my warrior and my thief could do was attack. I mean, I was kind of put off that, like, a thief couldn't mug at least, or, like, steal. You know, it makes it look like the thief is just like a squishier warrior that does about the same amount of damage through half the game. And then you turn him into a ninja, and you can use black magic, which was semi-useful. I mean, it was useful to use, like, the attack spells if I needed AoE damage to supplement, like, if my red mage couldn't finish everything off in one blast. But the main 2 spells I used were Temper and Haste on him, mainly to buff himself right at the beginning. But yeah, I mean, any random battle, it was pretty much just me spamming attack. Like with every character. Like even my white mage, I didn't even need to heal half the time. Because all of my characters pretty much took like 1 damage. Oh yeah, it's another thing. The leveling seemed really, really easy in this one. Because like I was reading the going back. What I like to do is like when I finish a dungeon, I would go back and read like the part on the guide for some reason, because I'm weird like that. And I noticed like I said earlier, like my levels were always higher than what the guide recommended. I also found it funny on the boss strategies. The guy would like list the boss and like his HP, and then like the description, he'd be like, "Now I know what you're thinking. You're looking at that and going, oh my god, he has like 1800 HP." And I was like, dude, I kicked that guy's ass in like 4 turns. I didn't even get all my buffs off, and I didn't have to heal at all. I think the only boss that actually made me, not even sweat, but like kind of go, was the fire boss. What's her name? Malorith or something? Oh, I gotta pick my nose, that's disgusting. Or wipe it. Because it just, and the only reason she kind of made me go, was because she hit me with a fire agate before I got Null Blaze up. Because I forgot that I bought Null Blaze on my red mage instead of my white mage. So I was like, heal. But even that was no big deal, really. I just thought it was funny because I'd read the description and be like, I know that's a boatload of HP. I'm like, not really. And that's another thing, the scaling, I thought I was done, but I just keep finding new things now. The scaling on the game was weird to me. Because it was like, it was scaled to like 1/10 of, like, you know, in every other Final Fantasy, what's the max HP? 9,999. What's the max damage you can do with an attack? 9,000, well, on some you can do more than 9,999, but most, it caps at 9,999. But this one, I think the HP cap was 999, and I ended up doing, I think after buffing up with Tempers, I did like 1,800 damage with Chaos, but that's still, I'm just not used to doing that. I mean, I'm used to, you know, a Final Fantasy game having bosses with like hundreds of thousands of HP towards the end, and me doing thousands of points of damage, so that was kind of misleading for me. I also didn't get the hits. Like if you watch the video with the boss, throughout the whole game, you'll have like over your head, it'll say like 8 hit or 3 hit or whatever. I never got that. I mean, yeah, the more hits you do, the more damage you do, but it's like, as you level up, you're going to be doing more damage anyway, so what's the point of putting like how many hits you do? And it wasn't like it was a random, like I randomly did between 1 and 8 hits. It was consistent. I'm always doing like 8 hits or 7 hits depending on my level. It seemed to be based on my level anyway. I don't understand why it said that like 8 hits over my head. Oh, there was something else I wanted to mention, but I can't think of it. As soon as I quit recording, I'm gonna remember what it was, and I'm gonna be like, fuck, why didn't you remember it? But yeah. So yeah, there's my little review on Final Fantasy, I guess. That was pretty ad-lib, actually. I didn't have like notes or anything, it was just like what came to my head. So it's probably gonna be a bit all over the place. Don't expect like a schedule with these videos. I should have said this at the beginning, but don't expect like a schedule with the series, because for one, it's going to take me a while to play through the game. I mean, 2 will probably not take me too long because I want to get into 2 since I never played it before. Although I must admit, from what I've read, the battle system in 2 sounds pretty stupid. My friend was like, have fun beating the shit out of your own party members to level up stuff, and I was like, oh, goody, goody, goody. So yeah, that one probably won't be too long before it comes out, but after that, I don't know. So yeah, there's the last boss of Final Fantasy 1 and my review of Final Fantasy 1, I guess. My shitty review. So I hope you enjoy it. There was something else, I can't remember it. Oh well. Hope you enjoy it.